Hey guys, I got a special video for you today. I've gotten a lot of requests to show my Resident Evil collection, so I just set up my ghetto fabulous studio, if you can even call it that. Shitty lighting, bad sound quality, small space, but you know, it's a start. So I'm going to start by going through my game collection, starting with Resident Evil 0, going through 6, and then like all the spin-offs and stuff like that, and then we'll go into like collectibles and all that other good stuff, and let's just jump right into it. So going into the game collection, you're going to notice that I'm missing a lot. I don't have a complete collection by any means. For example, I don't have like every single game on PlayStation 1 or every single game on the Wii or whatever. It kind of hops around and it's kind of a weird collection. So first off, we got Resident Evil 0 on the GameCube. This was the original release. This is the Japanese version of Resident Evil 0, Biohazard 0 on the GameCube. In Japan, they had these little tiny GameCube cases, which I thought was really cool, something different. And this is Resident Evil Archives, Resident Evil 0 on the Wii. And we got the original Resident Evil big box version on the PlayStation 1. This is how PlayStation 1 games used to come originally, was in these larger boxes. Eventually they switched over to jewel cases though, but this is a pretty cool version. This is the re-release of the original Resident Evil on PlayStation 1 in the jewel case. This is the Resident Evil Director's Cut DualShock Edition. It's a greatest hits, but I think this is the only way that they released the DualShock version, if I'm not mistaken, was the greatest hits version. Otherwise, I hate the greatest hits version. That ugly green shit. And then this is the Sega Saturn version of Resident Evil. This one's pretty cool because it actually has an extra mode on it, like a battle mode. This is the first time they introduced that like Mercenaries kind of mode. And this is the only version of the original one that has it. Let me set these down so I don't break shit. This is the Resident Evil remake on the GameCube, the original time that they remade it. They would go on to remake this about 400,000 more times. This is, in my opinion, one of the greatest games in the franchise, if not all time. I love this game. It's amazing. If you haven't played it, you're a terrible person. This is the Japanese version of the Resident Evil remake, Biohazard remake, in the tiny GameCube box. This is the Resident Evil Deadly Silence kind of remake on the DS. This one was pretty cool because they changed up item placement, they added new modes. There's like a first-person knifing kind of combat mode that they added, new puzzles that work specifically for the DS. It's a new spin on an old game. Why is it so yellow in here? This is the Resident Evil Remake HD Remaster Capcom Limited Edition. It's a lot to say. This was only available on the Japanese Capcom website, and this is the PS3 version. So this has a bunch of limited edition content, as well as being the only physical version that you could pick up, at least at the time, until they released the Origins collection, because they didn't release a physical version in the United States. The fuck? But this is a really cool limited edition, and I'll show you what's inside, I guess. This is a map of the Spencer Mansion. It's a replica of the in-game map, and it's got a bunch of like scribblings and constructional notes and stuff like that. This is a art book, kind of shows you CG renderings and stuff of the mansion and stuff like that. I don't know if you can really see it or not on there. Probably not. And then this is the physical version of the game that comes with the Capcom Limited Edition. And it also comes with this little package here. So this is a, I haven't opened it, as you can tell it's still sealed, but this has a like a notebook in it, like a diary, a stars pen, and I think it's an umbrella money clip. This is the Resident Evil Origins collection, Japanese version. This is also the Capcom limited edition, directly off the website, imported. And you'll notice that I refer to all these as Resident Evil, even though it clearly says Biohazard right there. I don't give a shit. It's the same thing. Fuck you. What do you want from me? So yeah, so this is another import physical version. They did actually release this over here, but they released it first, of course, in Japan. So I imported it. And the limited edition was only in Japan too, so I needed that. So yeah. So this is the game for, this is on Xbox One. This has the HD remaster versions of both Resident Evil Remake and Resident Evil 0. It came with this alternate insert for the box art. It also comes with this. So this is like a little box of goodies. So it's got that little note here. It's in a sealed envelope with the umbrella kind of seal on there, wax seal. And inside it's got like a welcome to Umbrella employee letter or something. It's got a like a notebook and an umbrella pin. I like it. This is the Resident Evil Origins collection on PS4. This is the US version. This has both the Resident Evil HD remake and the Resident Evil 0 HD remake as well. This is the original version of Resident Evil 2 on the PlayStation 1. Here's one you've probably never seen before. So this is the handheld version. It's kind of like one of those Tiger electronic handheld games. Fucking made by Tiger. Anyway, so yeah, so it's a Tiger handheld game. But it's god awful, but it's got like a system link so you can play like 2 players or some shit, which is weird, like a 2-player versus mode. The graphics are awful. Obviously it's a Tiger handheld game. Those are the graphics right there. Absolutely terrible. But I mean, at the time it was kind of cool. There wasn't really anything like it, and I mean, I fucked around with it for a while when I was bored, like out and about or whatever. It was entertaining, I guess, but it's awful. How many people have this, right? Do you have this? You're probably lucky that you don't have this. I bought that so that you don't have to have it. What now? You're welcome. So this is what it looks like. It's just like a little fucking cell phone thing. So the top comes off and you can do like the system link versus thingy. And then the front just kind of pops open like that, and then you play it. It's... Hello? You want to play Resident Evil? Fuck you. Then we got Resident Evil 2 on the GameCube. This one was actually put on one disc, which was cool. So the whole game's just on that one tiny baby disc, which is weird but awesome. Resident Evil 3 on the GameCube. Resident Evil 4 GameStop Limited Edition. So it's got this awesome tin, all sparkly and neato pants. And it comes with a laser cell of Leon, a soundtrack sampler CD. I don't think this actually goes in here, but it's here anyway. I think this actually goes with Code Veronica. And then we got the game inside, and a little mini strategy guide with a pissy pants Leon. Shut up! Resident Evil 4 preview disc. Sorry, I don't... Resident Evil 4 preview disc. So I wanted to talk about a couple differences. This was a playable version of the village, that first village where you get attacked in the actual game. But there was a couple of differences between this one and the actual final product, but I don't remember what the fuck they were. So Resident Evil 4 Premium Edition on the PS2. So some would call this the big pile of shit version because, you know, shitty pre-rendered cutscenes and all that good stuff. But the limited edition's really cool. Awesome steelbook. I really like this one. This one also came with a cell. This one is Ada. And they are numbered. The Leon one's numbered as well. And this one comes with a Resident Evil prologue. And that's it. Like, this is a really shitty limited edition. If the case wasn't so damn cool, I mean, what the fuck? Resident Evil 4 on the Wii. This one is one of the better versions just because it controls so good. I mean, it controls too good, to be honest. I mean, the very first time that I played this, I ran through it with like no effort. It was insane, but it's a lot of fun to play. Resident Evil 4 on the Xbox One, physical. Thank God. If you bought this, I'm looking at you right now. If you bought the digital version of this, I fucking swear to God. But this one's still sealed. Resident Evil 5 on Xbox 360. limited edition Resident Evil 5 on Xbox 360 with the Steelbook. Pretty cool Steelbook. I love Steelbooks. Everybody loves Steelbooks. If you don't like Steelbooks, you're like the one. Congratulations. Resident Evil 5 Asian limited edition. This one's still sealed. I have no idea what the fuck is in this. Not all the Resident Evil limited editions have like no markings on it that indicate what's in them. If you saw these on a store shelf, it's like a fucking mystery box. So yeah, I'm totally kidding. I know what the fuck's in this. I bought it. I wouldn't have bought it if I didn't know it was. Well, yes, I would. I still would have bought it. It's Resident Evil. What the fuck? So this has a 2 gigabyte little mini chainsaw USB flash drive. It's got a making of Resident Evil 5 DVD and a copy of the game, and that's really it. And then this box. So it's not the greatest collector's edition, but it's kind of neat. This is the Capcom. This is the Japanese version of Resident Evil 5, the Capcom limited edition. This one's pretty crazy awesome. It's kind of big. Comes with an art book. I need to learn where the fuck my camera is. Jesus Christ. Ooh, what the fuck? And it's got this guy here. So this is like a storage case. You pop it open and it's got a some stuff. It's got a Tricell viral. It's got a thing in there, a flash drive that's like a thing from the game. It's like a fucking. I think it's Wesker's virus suppressor. What I don't know what I'm talking about. It's Wesker's EpiPen. It's the thing that you saw in the game that does stuff. This is a wrist pouch. It's like a little bag thingy you put on your wrist, like a fanny pack for your wrist. A wrist pack. BSAA logo on there. This is the actual game here. It's got this little slip cover. You just break it real quick. So there's the front. And then you slide this off. And then you can see how nice it is. It's all shiny. It's got the manual and some other stuff in there. And then this is a, I don't know what the fuck this is. And then this is what holds the game, as well as a sampler pack for the Resident Evil 5 soundtrack. This is the Asian version of Resident Evil 5. This came with my Japanese PlayStation 3 Resident Evil system, which I'll talk about more in a little bit. This is the Resident Evil 5 Collector's Edition, the US version. I have 2 of them. One is sealed, one is open, so I can show you that one. This is the Steelbook. This is the same one that I showed you for the Xbox 360 version, but I don't have the full Collector's Edition for that because I couldn't find it. Tricell bag thingy. Do you see this? Can you see it? You can't even see it, can you? It's that's how small it is. You can't even see it. Look. It's probably blurry as fucking shit. But that is Chris Redfield. That's the gigantic figure that you get in the collector's edition. A Kujuju. It's a necklace. A temporary tattoo. This is some BSAA right here. This is a BSAA badge, iron-on badge. And then the box. Put all this away. You're making a mess. Why do I whisper all the time? Resident Evil 5 on PC, sealed. Resident Evil 5 Motherfuck Edition. Resident Evil 5 Alternative Edition. This is the Japanese version of our Gold Edition with all the DLC. Resident Evil 5 Gold Edition with all the DLC. Resident Evil 5 on the Xbox One with all the DLC, sealed. Resident Evil 6 on Xbox 360, sealed. Resident Evil 6 Archives Edition on Xbox 360. This was our shitty version of like a collector's edition or limited edition or whatever you want to call it. It had just the most random shit in the world. It's got Resident Evil Code Veronica download code, Resident Evil 5 and 4 download codes, and then a physical DVD of Resident Evil Degeneration. Who the fuck put that together? Resident Evil 6 on PS3. Resident Evil 6 on Xbox One with all the DLC. Resident Evil Code Veronica X on the GameCube, and it came with this. What? Yeah, I didn't really go into detail as to what this is. You probably know what it is, but this is Wesker's report. So this was a bunch of bullshit. This just kind of filled in like what the hell Wesker was doing around like the Code Veronica Resident Evil 2 period, and then it was all like overwritten kind of with future games. It's just bullshit. This is kind of cool. This is from PlayStation Magazine, back when they actually had magazines to give us information, because what's the internet? But this has some really interesting footage on it for Resident Evil Online. Notice that it's Resident Evil Online, not Outbreak. So the footage on here is quite different than the Outbreak that we got to see. So it's just kind of interesting. Maybe I'll make a video of that at some point and show you guys what that looks like. If you want to see that, let me know in the comments. I ask that all the time and you just ignore me, but maybe for this you will do it. Why am I whispering? Speaking of Resident, can't say Resident Evil. What's the name of this video that I'm doing? Resident Evil. Speaking of Resident Evil Outbreak, bam! Resident Evil Outbreak on PS2. Resident Evil Outbreak File 2 on PS2. Still waiting for the fucking HD remake, Capcom. What the fuck? Resident Evil Pile of Shit. Resident Evil Survivor on PlayStation 1. Resident Evil Gun Survivor 2, Code Veronica with the gun. Japanese version. Resident Evil Gun Survivor 4, Japanese version with the gun. And if you're wondering where the hell 3 went, 3 was actually a Dino Crisis game. For some fucked up reason. Gun Survivor 1 and 2 are Resident Evil. 3's Dino Crisis. 4 is Resident Evil again. What the fuck is going on over at Capcom? I swear to God, there's like a crazy mad scientist that works at Capcom that just fucking does whatever the fuck he wants. They just let him loose and he just fucking does crazy shit. Resident Evil Dead Aim. This is our version of Gun Survivor 4. And look how shitty it is. Look at the generic packaging and the orange gun. Speaking of which, yeah, this does come with a gun. If you can even call it a fucking gun. It's a shitty orange pile of shit toy fucking thing. The game's good. Well, and this is just the games portion. What am I doing with my life? Resident Evil Revelations on the 3DS. This was the first version of Revelations. Resident Evil Revelations on Xbox 360. ×2. Resident Evil Revelations 2 eCapcom Limited Edition import on Xbox One. Sealed. Everything comes in this box here, which is still sealed. But this comes with a special box, well, this special box, and then a special box inside of it with some art on it, and it's got a 3-disc soundtrack and a full strategy guide, I believe, in this box. So you can't see it. I can't see it. Nobody gets to see it. Resident Evil Revelations 2 on PS4, sealed. Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles on Wii. Resident Evil Darkside Chronicles on Wii. Resident Evil Darkside Chronicles eCapcom Limited Edition import on Wii. There's the game. They get a much cooler box art than we get. Like always. What's fucking new? And I believe this is a combination of like cutscenes, behind the scenes footage, and soundtrack. And it's got an awesome box art. Japanese stuff is so much cooler than ours. I don't even know why I opened this box set. My Wii is not region free, so I can't play it. The actual game itself and the extra package here, they're both sealed. I just opened up the box to kind of see what was inside like an idiot. Sorry. Resident Evil Chronicles Collection Selection. Excuse the fuck out of me. Resident Evil Chronicles Selection. This is Umbrella Chronicles and Darkside Chronicles for PS3 on disc. This is the only way to get this on disc is through Japan, because once again we only got digital because we're fucking idiots and we keep buying it. Stop. Stop it. Stop. Only you can prevent digital. You son of a bitch. Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City on Xbox 360. Cool packaging. Shit-tacular game. It comes in a pretty awesome looking steelbook, but still isn't going to save you from the shitty gameplay. It's got a iron-on badge thingy there, and that's pretty much it. You get some fucking DLC for a game you don't want to play, and a couple of badges. Oh, I think there's a couple different badges in there. Not that you would ever want to wear those because Jesus Christ. They never fucking go in the way they came out. Oh, you fucking bitch. Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City Collector's Edition. Resident Evil Umbrella Corps. This is the Asian release, PS4, because US only got this one digital fucking again. God damn it, Capcom. Would you stop it? So our version is just Umbrella Corps. The Asian release, which is the physical one in my hand, is actually Resident Evil Umbrella Corps. Not that it fucking matters because it's a pile of shit. That's... fuck. Resident Evil, the Mercenaries 3D on the 3DS. This was actually pretty fun. If they did a console-based version with just a lot more content, more stages, more characters to select from, you know, update the graphics and stuff like that, I think this would actually be pretty cool. But don't dislike my video for that, please. This is a piece of shit. Straight up. There's not really a whole lot to say. It's kind of a rare game. To find it complete in box like this is unusual. So it's cool for the collection, but outside of that, it's a piece of shit. So that's pretty much the end of my Resident Evil video game collection. I do have 2 Resident Evil video game systems that I'll show you real quick, and that'll kind of end the video game portion of my collection. So this is my Resident Evil 5 Japanese PlayStation 3 Collector's Edition. Comes with a game, 2 controllers, and I don't know if you can see, but the yeah, you can't really see it, but there's a Tricell logo on the actual system. I don't know if you can see it there, but that's a better picture there of the Tricell logo on the system. This is the Resident Evil 5 Xbox 360 Elite Limited Edition. Comes with a red system, a red controller, Resident Evil 5, DLC for a couple of games, and a hard drive, and a headset. There's a better picture of it for you. So I just got a couple more video game related things like accessories and stuff like that, and then we'll move into the atrocities that I call Resident Evil movies. I apologize in advance. This is one of the more rare Resident Evil collectibles. This is the Resident Evil 2 controller, made specifically for that game. I've used it and it actually works really well. It's a cool controller. There's something extra awesome about this. If you look right here, it comes with Resident Evil herbal tea. Resident Evil herb tea. That's amazing. This is it here. This is the Resident Evil 2 herbal tea. So now you can try an herb and see if it actually heals you or if it's just a bunch of bullshit. It also comes with these memory card stickers. I don't know if you can see that with my shitty camera. So this is the actual controller. Take a look at it. It says Biohazard there, Resident Evil, whatever the fuck you want to call it. This is the Resident Evil shot blaster for Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles, and I actually have 2 of these guys. This is the Resident Evil 4 GameCube chainsaw controller. This thing is amazing. And then this is a skin for the original style Xbox 360 and a faceplate to go with it. So these are absolutely useless now, considering the new models don't support either of these. Plus now they're not even current generation, but hey, collectible. This is a Xbox 360 Resident Evil 5 faceplate for the controller. It's a plastic faceplate that just kind of clips on to the controller, changing the appearance. It's pretty cool. This is my Nintendo 3DS with a Resident Evil Revelations like 3D system case. I got another one of those in the package here. This is another 3DS case, Resident Evil the Mercenaries 3D. This one is actually numbered. I don't know if you can see that there, but it's numbered 112 out of 1,000. So they only made 1,000 of these. So this is pretty rare. I'm just going to go through these movies really quick because they suck ass. They're shit. So on the PSP, we got Resident Evil, Resident Evil Apocalypse, Resident Evil Extinction, Resident Evil Degeneration. So this one's actually based off of the video game series. And it's CG, so this one's actually pretty good. Now we got Blu-rays, Resident Evil Steelbook, Resident Evil Afterlife, Resident Evil Retribution, and now for the good ones, Resident Evil Degeneration, and Resident Evil Damnation. On DVD, Resident Evil Deluxe Edition, Resident Evil Apocalypse. I like how this DVD looks, at least. It's got a cool case, but it's still a piece of shit. Resident Evil Extinction, Resident Evil Degeneration with the t-shirt. Alright, now we'll take a look at soundtracks. Code Veronica, X, Resident Evil 5 import. It's like 1,000,000 discs. Resident Evil 3 import. It's a big ass case, but it's actually only like 2 discs. Resident Evil 2 Metamorphosis. So this one's fucking crazy. I'm actually going to play some of these in some of my videos down the road, so good shit right here. Prepare yourself. Resident Evil 10th Anniversary, Resident Evil Degeneration import, Resident Evil the Movie Shit Edition, Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles, Resident Evil Outbreak import, and that's it. So let's move on to the collectibles. This video is a lot longer than I intended it to be. If you quit fucking around and just show your shit. Alright, so now we're going to go through my loose Resident Evil action figures. So we'll go through this really quick because there's a bunch of them. William Birkin, a Spooter, Hunter, Zombie, Asshole, Zombie Dog, Willie B again, Planty Pants, Tyrantosaurus Rex, Nemesis, Liquor, Hunka Burnin' Love, Mr. X, Jill Sandwich, Leonardo de Kennedy, Zombie Dog, My Bay, Cherie Burkan, Nosferatu, I got nothing. Ada Wang, she is fucked up. Look at that figure. Like they just didn't give a shit when they made that figure at all. Pretty sure that's a man. Christopher Redfield, look at him. It looks like there's a stick going directly up his ass. So this is the organic statue collection. This is the Tyrant, Zombo munching on Kenneth, another Zom and a Zom Dog. I don't know if you guys can really see these. Got Rebecca and a Hunter. This is probably where she gets murdered by the Hunter. And before you throw hate, Rebecca's awesome, so don't even. Chris and the Yawn, aka the Snake. And last but not least, we got Jill and a Chimera. And that's the whole organic statue collection. This is a 16-inch vinyl statue of Nemesis. This is a Jill Valentine vinyl statue by Palisades. This is the Resident Evil 4 Leon S. Kennedy hot toy. These figures are amazing. So they're super detailed. They have a ton of accessories and like real fabric clothing and stuff like that. I don't know if you can really see that all that well. These are awesome and expensive. This is another Palisades action figure, Nemesis. And this is also Palisades Leon Kennedy. This is a different series of toys. I think this is called like NECA. NECA, is that right? Something like that. Ada Wong, Leon Kennedy, Chris Redfield, Jill Sandwich, Sheva Alamore, Beefcake Chris Redfield. These are the Moby Dick action figures. This is Jill Valentine and the Drain Demos, Carlos and Nemesis, Chris and Mr. X, and Regina, Jill, and the Brain Sucker. What kind of a fucking name is that? This is the Resident Evil deck building card game. So it's kind of like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon or whatever the fuck, but in Resident Evil land. These are some of the cards that you get when you're playing it. You got the Merchant, Magini, Zombies, Sniper Rifle, First Aid Spray, a Herb, Jill, Claire. So it's pretty cool. I'm not really going to go into details on how to play it. You know, if you're interested, try to hunt one down and figure it out on your own. But I encourage it. It's a really cool game, and I mean, it's really high quality. The cards are nice. Even the box is like super nice. Check it out. So the next couple items are going to be like super random as hell. So prepare yourself. This was a pre-order bonus for Resident Evil Outbreak. It's a black like metal canister water bottle with a Biohazard logo, and then it's got a right there. It's got a like a face mask thingy, whatever you call it. This is the same pre-order bonus that I was just talking about, but this one is red, and this is what it looks like outside of the plastic. It's also got a little like compass thingy on there. T-Virus Antidote energy drink. I actually drank one of these and it's alright. I don't know if you guys remember those little like thumb skateboard things, those toys, the tech decks, but I came across this forever ago. What does that look like to you? That is clearly the first zombie in Resident Evil 1, right? Fucking random as hell. I don't even think it's licensed by Capcom, because like this one's like got the Tony Hawk Pro Skater thingy, so it's licensed by them. Maybe like Neversoft or something, but what the fuck is Resident Evil doing on there? Resident Evil Breath Mints. This is a Resident Evil 3 ring. This is a little mini replica knife. I think it's Claire's combat knife. This is another replica combat knife from Resident Evil 3. Resident Evil 15th anniversary sticker. I think it came with an action figure or a strategy guide or something. Resident Evil Outbreak trading cards. I think they were a pre-order bonus for Outbreak. This was a pre-order bonus for the Darkside Chronicles eCapcom limited edition import. So it's a keychain with like a bullet. A little Resident Evil Outbreak mini flyer advertisement thingy. I don't know if you're going to be able to see these, but these are dog tags. That's Mikhail from Resident Evil 3, Jill from Resident Evil 3, Carlos from Resident Evil 3, and then this one's just a zombie with the umbrella logo on the back there. This is just another random as shit thing that I found. So, you know those little dollar store toy gun sets that they have, play sets for kids? Well, this was attached to one of those. That's a STARS gun with a STARS badge, and then at the top I think is like Counter-Strike. Like what the fuck? Licensing doesn't mean anything anymore? We're just gonna steal shit? But I had to have it. And then these came with like a strategy guide or something, but these are a bunch of random little stickers for like all the different characters in different Resident Evil games. This is a Resident Evil 5 color changing coffee mug. So when you put warm liquid in it, it actually changes color. So normally it's black, like it is there, but when you actually put coffee or something warm in it, it turns to that color. This was a Resident Evil 5 press kit from a convention, a little tri-cell progenitor virus detection kit. I never did open it, so I don't know what the fuck's in it. This is another Resident Evil cell, Resident Evil 5 cell of Chris and Sheva. Actually got 2 of these. This is a Resident Evil 3 memory card case for the PlayStation 1. It holds 4 memory cards in a kind of like a jewel case with a STARS logo on it. If you look carefully, there's a I'm backwards here. There's a little baggie right there. It's actually got seeds to plant your own herbs. No shit, you can actually grow your own herbs. Well, anybody can grow herbs, but it's growing Resident Evil herbs. Okay, it's different. I forgot to include this with the other ones, but this is another console skin. This is for the Wii. I got this shipped to me when I was ordering a bunch of random shit off of eBay, and this just kind of came with one of the Resident Evil 3 things that I bought. It's a bag, but it's actually a Resident Evil 3 bag thingy. These are some iron-on badges for all the factions in Resident Evil 6. It comes with the limited edition strategy guide for Resident Evil 6. So over time I've collected all the magazines that I've come across that had Resident Evil featured on the cover. So we're going to blow through that real quick too. So yeah, there you have it. Some of those date back to 1997. Some mini Resident Evil Outbreak strategy guides, Resident Evil Director's Cut mini pocket guide, Resident Evil 6 strategy guide, Resident Evil Outbreak, Resident Evil Director's Cut, limited edition Resident Evil 5 strategy guide. It's also got some artwork and other goodies inside of it. Limited edition Resident Evil 6 strategy guide. And I've actually got 3 of these. I got 2 sealed and then the open one that I used. Resident Evil 5 mini calendar. Resident Evil 5 calendar for 2010. 2008 Resident Evil calendar. Resident Evil 3 calendar for 2001. God, 2001. Fuck. This one's actually pretty shitty. Got a foil card with artwork by Jim Lee. And then these are part of the Resident Evil 2 card collection. These cards were actually really nice. A lot of them are actually foil. And then this is just some like random Resident Evil stuff. This is a really cool Nemesis picture I found in a magazine. These are memory card stickers for PlayStation 1 from official PlayStation Magazine. Advertisement for Resident Evil Code Veronica. Resident Evil 3 Game Pro Strategy Guide. Resident Evil Code Veronica Game Pro Strategy Guide. So I took this out of a magazine because it had Resident Evil Code Veronica was like at the top of the top 10 chart in almost every category here. This is the official Resident Evil comic book magazine that they were releasing through 1998. It was a 4-part comic / magazine. There's the second one, Resident Evil 2, and the third one. This is also Resident Evil 2. And here's the fourth one. So this one's interesting because it's actually an original story with Chris, Jill, and Barry. And all these magazines have like little like spin-off stories that tie into the universe. It's pretty cool, but these are kind of hard to find. This is the comic book series that they released shortly after Resident Evil 5. This is the original comic book series. It's just a 4-part series that they released forever ago. This is the translated manga for Resident Evil Code Veronica. Resident Evil Archives, which is like a database of knowledge and timeline information. Resident Evil 4 soundtrack and art book. Resident Evil 5 art book. These are obviously imported. Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles art book. Resident Evil Degeneration art book. There's like 100,000 art books for Resident Evil, and they're all really expensive. It's just... This is a manga that's a prequel to Resident Evil 6 that kind of establishes Piers a little bit more. I think it's actually ongoing, but I have got the first 4 volumes of it. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've also got the novels based on the shitty movies. There's 1, Genesis, and 2, Apocalypse. And then I've also got the ones based on the games too. So I've got this one. I actually got 2 copies of this one. Caliban Cove, whatever the fuck. City of the Dead, Volume 3. Underworld, which is 4. Nemesis, which is 5. And Code Veronica, which is 6. Resident Evil 5 Messenger Bag. Resident Evil Outbreak Watch, like a dress watch. Tricell Wallet, I don't know if you can really see it with all the reflection-y shit. Another Resident Evil Outbreak Watch. Pre-order bonus. Resident Evil Dead Aim watch. Got the Tyrant there, kind of hard to see. Alright, now we'll go over Resident Evil t-shirts, starting with the one that I'm wearing. So this is the Resident Evil 15th anniversary shirt. This one says Jill's Sandwiches. This is actually officially licensed by Capcom too. This one I haven't opened. This is a Wesker t-shirt. This is a Resident Evil Remake t-shirt. Resident Evil 4. Good old Leon Kennedy. This is another one that I haven't opened up yet. This is a RPD hoodie. This one I believe is for Resident Evil Remake. This one was actually a GameStop employee shirt. You can see a little GameStop logo. This is a Dark Side Chronicles shirt. Underneath, like if you go inside the shirt, it's actually got a zombie face, so you can like pull it over your head. Resident Evil Extinction for one of the movies. I know, blah. This is a Resident Evil 0 shirt, Rebecca and Billy. Resident Evil 6. The infamous Giraffe BJ. And then Code Veronica X. Alright, so the last part of this video is going to be posters and things of that sort. So I'm going to start off by showing you what's on my wall. These are the 2 double-sided posters available only at the 20th anniversary Resident Evil 7 tour event. This is the Biohazard 5 Alternative Edition poster signed by the directors Kenichi Ueda and Yasuhiro Enpo that I won in a Capcom Unity contest. And this is my full-sized Resident Evil 4 standee. And now it's time for a montage. Resident Evil 6. And then this one has Operation Raccoon City, a really cool picture of Leon and Claire. So these are replicas of video game box art to kind of showcase upcoming releases. These used to be a lot more commonplace in video game stores in the past. They don't really do that so much anymore, but I've amassed quite a collection of Resident Evil giant box thingies, whatever you want to call these. So I'm going to go ahead and show you my collection for the Resident Evil games that I have. Code Veronica, Operation Raccoon City, Resident Evil 5, Resident Evil 5 Gold, Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil 6. So I've actually got 3 of these guys. So if we can get this video to 5,000 views and 1,000 likes, I'll give a couple of these away. And then the last one I got is Resident Evil 2 on the N64. Thanks for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. If you did, definitely leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought of my collection. How does it compare to yours? Am I missing any key collectibles? Also, feel free to share your collection with the community. I'd love to see what you guys have. Don't forget to smash the shit out of that like button if you enjoyed this video. It makes a huge difference and it lets me know how I'm doing and if you guys enjoy the content that I produce. Please share this video with your friends and your communities to spread the word. I'd really like to expand our viewer base and grow our already awesome community. Once again, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.